You know how it is sometimes. You find something just completely fascinating, right? Like a whole weird world of
Oh,
details.
yeah, definitely.
And you think, okay, I need to know everything. But then, well, it's just this huge pile of information. And it's like, where do you even
Yeah,
start?
it's overwhelming.
Exactly. So that's why we're here. Welcome to the deep dive. We basically do the sifting for you, pull out the really interesting stuff.
Think of us as your guides through some pretty strange documents today. We're talking paranormal evidence,
Mhm.
specifically stuff from the Paranormal Department of Spectral Evidence and Oversight,
Yeah, we actually got hold of their guidelines for the Phasmophobia Ghost Photo Review Board and training materials, too.
which you've probably wondered about, right? Like, how do people try to validate this kind of thing?
Totally. So we've got official rules, actual rejection notes, training manuals, even some of their media bits.
It paints a picture, that's for sure.
Uh,
Bureaucratic, but also pretty funny.
That's the mission today, really. To unpack this whole surprisingly structured and often hilarious world of ghost hunting, well, according to this group anyway. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. The first thing that really jumps out is just the existence of this Phasmophobia ghost photo review board.
Right. It sounds so formal.
It does. And then you look at the actual submission rules, and it's like, wow, they're really trying to standardize this, which is, kind of tricky for the paranormal.
Okay, yeah, let's get into these rules. So, Section 3A. To even get your photo looked at, you need, and I quote, at least one ghost, spirit, or ambiguous, shadowy blob.
A blob. See, they're trying to be specific, but also, like, super vague. It kind of sets the tone, doesn't it?
It really does. Then there's Section 5B, no flashlight reflections. And then in parentheses, those aren't orbs, Carl.
Ah, Carl, you could just feel the frustration, can't you? Like, how many blurry light photos have they gotten?
Must be loads. It really shows that struggle, trying to sort the real, or supposedly real, from just camera flare.
Absolutely. And the bonus points, this is where it gets wild.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
Okay, so you get extra points if your ghost pic has fingerprints,
Fingerprints. A ghost's fingerprints?
apparently. Or EMF level 5 readings shown clearly. Or, and this is the best one, the ghost holding up that day's newspaper.
Like proof of life, but for the dead. It's, optimistic.
It implies a certain level of, shall we say, spectral cooperation, right?
Yeah.
Which is quite a specific view of the afterlife.
Definitely wishful thinking, maybe? And the things you can't do? No selfies with revenants?
Yeah, apparently that's disrespectful.
Mm.
Who knew ghosts had selfie etiquette?
And blurry demon photos are out. They say it's probably just a banshee with motion blur.
See, there's that attempt at specific identification again, even amidst the weirdness. Like, spectral misidentification is a common issue.
Uh-huh. And Section 18, no screaming while taking the photo. It invalidates focus.
Because, you need a steady hand when facing down spectral terror.
It's all so detailed and absurd. Oh, and the sample rejection. You gotta hear this. Agent Static 89 at Maple Lodge campsite.
Oh, I saw that one. Poor Static 89.
Rejected. The note just says, that's just Steve in a sheet. We told him to stop doing that.
Steve in a sheet. It just grounds the whole thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The paranormal meets mundane pranks.
Exactly. It shows that human element. And the list of common violations, it's like a ghost hunter blooper reel.
It really is. What's on there?
Teammate's breath mistaken for ectoplasm.
A classic.
Accidental crucifix photo bombs.
Whoops.
VR glitches showing up in real photo.
Wait, VR? How did that even...
I have no idea. And get this. Uploads from the Sims 4 Paranormal Stuff Pack.
No. Seriously. People submit Sims screenshots.
Apparently, it shows the range of submissions they get, from earnest attempts to maybe just people messing around.
Wow. That's someone else. And how do you even submit this stuff?
Well, you've got email, a regular P.O. box, and this is great, through your spirit box.
Through the spirit box. How does that work?
No clue. But there's a disclaimer saying response time might vary, spectral interference and all that.
Of course. And I bet there's a liability disclaimer, too.
Oh, absolutely. The review board is not liable for any curses, hauntings, or demonic possessions from your photo shoot.
Naturally. That just kind of sums it all up, doesn't it? This
Yeah.
mix of trying to be official and just sheer absurdity.
Okay, so that's the photo review. But who's taking these photos? Who are these investigators? That brings us to Chief Wraith Davidson.
Ah, yes. The lead instructor at the Paranormal Academy.
His philosophy, if you can scream, you can learn.
Which sets a certain expectation, doesn't it, about the starting skill level, perhaps?
You think. His official title includes an MS in Manifestation Science.
Manifestation science sounds very specific. And probably self-awarded.
Probably. And his stated goal is to make investigators, quote, barely competent enough to not immediately die.
Well, that's reassuring. A low bar, maybe, but maybe a necessary one in that line of work.
You'd think so. And his teaching methods. Intense lectures, sure, but also flashlight pantomime.
Flashlight pantomime. What even is that? I kind of want to see it.
Me too. And PowerPoints that supposedly start themselves during EMF spikes.
Is that part of the lesson?
Yeah.
Or just genuinely haunted tech?
Who knows? It sort of blurs the line, right? And the courses they offer? Oh, man.
Let's hear them.
Okay. Thermometer or toaster. How to stop bringing the wrong gear.
With a note. Spoiler. Ghosts don't care about your AirPods.
Yes. Perfect. It shows you the kind of basic issues they must run into.
Totally. What else?
Spirit box karaoke. Communicating without scaring the dead away.
Spirit box. Karaoke. So there's a right and wrong way to sing to spirits.
Apparently. Or you might create a cursed mixtape. The mind boggles.
What constitutes a cursed spectral mixtape? These are the real questions.
Right. Then there's don't be that guy. Crouching in a corner doesn't make you invisible.
Ah, practical advice. Probably learned the hard way by many trainees.
I bet. It also mentions emotional support for panic and knowing when to just leave. So, sounds like things get intense.
Suggests some pretty hairy training scenarios, yeah.
And ghost types and stereotypes. Judging ghosts by, like, how they slam doors.
Yeah.
Distinguishing poltergeists from passive-aggressive mirage.
Passive-aggressive mirage. That's amazing. It's like trying to categorize annoying roommates, but ghostly ones.
Exactly. It makes the whole thing weirdly relatable. And the last course example, teamwork makes the screams work.
Gotta love that title.
With a specific note about not ditching your team to film a TikTok.
Oh, the challenges of modern ghost hunting. That's brilliant.
It also mentions posthumous evaluations, which is, dark.
What's maybe not dig too deep into how those work, but it shows commitment, I
A
guess.
serious commitment, yeah. Oh, and you need a signed waiver, obviously.
Yeah.
Accepting potential possession.
Came into paranormal stuff, right?
And bring your own flashlight, but no headlamps. Because, quote, we're not minors.
The little details, they really paint a picture of the Academy's culture.
They really do. It's surprisingly organized in its own chaotic way. And then Chief Davidson takes this show on the road, sorta, media appearances.
Right, trying to get the word out, maybe drum up recruits or legitimacy.
Yeah, like as seen on Spirit Vision Channel 13.5.
Channel 13.5.
Yeah, and it only airs during thunderstorms.
Okay, that adds to the whole slightly shaky vibe, doesn't it?
Totally. And remember Agent Static 89? Well, investigator EMF5 Eva Cruton got banned from Twitch.
Why? What did Cruton do?
The quote is, they yelled, RN, so I did, into the ghost.
Oh, no. That's not ideal streaming content, I guess. Or maybe it is, but probably against terms of service.
Probably. It's a cautionary tale anyway. But they do get actual segments, like on Ghost Talk Tonight.
What did they talk about?
Ghost nudging and crucifix etiquette.
Crucifix etiquette. Essential knowledge, I'm sure.
You'd think. And remember Agent Static 89 again.
Poor guy can't catch a break. What now?
He made Buzzghoul's top 10 paranormal fails. Got stuck in a closet yelling, it's a friendly one. Oh, Static 89. That's almost endearing in its failure. You can just picture it.
Totally. And even HuntNet Weekly did a cover story on the photo review board's bureaucracy.
So even the paranormal world itself notices the red tape. That's kind of meta.
Isn't it? And Davidson was on a podcast, Cold Spots and Hot Takes, debating a skeptic.
How'd that go?
They actually agreed on something.
Really?
That the real horror was the department's budget.
Huh? See? A touch of mundane reality creeping in. That's perfect.
It is. And then there was his accidental appearance on local news channel 6 during a report about raccoons.
Wait, what? They aired ghost stuff during a raccoon segment?
Apparently. Just imagine the viewer's confusion. Is that an orb? Or just reflective trash by the dumpster?
That's amazing. You couldn't write that.
Nope. And he was on a panel at VRCon 2024, Poltergeists and Pixels.
Okay, fitting topic.
But he appeared as just a blurry silhouette. Why? Technical difficulties and minor haunting.
Of course. Technical issues and ghosts. The perfect storm for a VR conference, I suppose. The irony is just chef's kiss. Oh, and finally, the TikTok video.
There's more.
A demon apparently tried to file an official complaint against the department via TikTok.
A demon using TikTok to complain.
Yep. It got 3.4 million views before TikTok banned the account. And the department got a cease and desist from Hell's lawyers.
I have no words. That's the most 21st century paranormal thing I've ever heard. Hell has lawyers sending C&Ds over TikTok bans.
The world is a strange place. So, okay, let's try and wrap our heads around this. What do we take away?
Well, you've definitely got this formal, if kind of wacky, system for looking at ghost photos, right? Rules, violations, bonus points, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, very structured. And then there's the training side again,
Right.
surprisingly structured, even if the goal is just barely competent and the methods involve karaoke with spirits.
And it all points to this, like, fundamental human thing, doesn't it? Trying to put rules and order on stuff that's inherently messy and unknown.
Totally. You see this clash between trying to be scientific or at least systematic and the sheer weirdness of ghosts wanting newspapers or demons using social media.
It's that blend of the serious attempt and the completely absurd result.
Which really makes you think, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
where else does this happen? What other fields that seem totally chaotic on the surface might have these hidden layers of, well, bureaucracy or weird training programs?
That's a really interesting thought to leave people with. You know, where else do you see that mix, that combination of genuine belief, maybe a good dose of wishful thinking, and that deep human need for some kind of system, some rules, even when you're dealing with, well, passive-aggressive Maras and flashlight pantomime?
It's something to ponder, definitely. Long after Agent Static 89 gets out of that closet, hopefully.